It's your girl Creolejazz, and I'm back with another video, period. As you can see by the title, I'm doing this for my thumbnail. We are doing 10 tips for starter locks. 10 tips for starter locks. And I got my little notes here that I took because I be forgetting stuff. But anyways, yeah, the reason I think that I'm qualified to even do a video like this, because I know I do have starter locks. Those that don't know, this is my 7th lock journey. I've been through this not fully 7 times yet, but 6 times definitely. I've been through this quite a lot, and every time I started my journey, I started it different ways, just so I can get to a point where I know what I like. But let's get into the video. I'll explain more about it, like with each tip. So the first tip that I have, do not use too many products. I try not to use any heavy products at all when I retwist, but don't do it, don't do it. Try to use like oil and water when you retwist. In the beginning, oil and water doesn't really look like a retwist, but me, I don't really care. Like, I don't know. It doesn't have to look all sleek and all that for me. I just need my retwist and that's it. Anyways, tip number 2, wrap your hair up. Wrap your hair up. Wrap your hair up. Yeah, whether you use a do-rag, a bonnet, a regular scarf. No, I wouldn't say, if it's satin. Why did I say that like that? If it's satin, I don't know. But make sure that it's satin. If you really feel like wrapping your hair up is like something you forget a lot, I would definitely get you a satin pillowcase, because when I tell you that's like one of the most important things as far as your lock health and how healthy your locks will be throughout the process, wrap your hair up. I wear do-rags every night because do-rags are just my thing. So yeah, tip number 3. Find a lock routine. I feel like what I mean by that is a daily routine, almost like somewhat a night routine. Like every day I wake up, take my scarf off, I spray my hair with the oils that I use, the oil mist. So I spray my hair with that. I also use rose water, and I'm not like other people. I don't just spritz my hair. My hair is gonna be wet and dripping. I don't know why I do this. I feel like it's just to speed up the process, make my hair a little bit more frizzier and thicker, and treat your hair like it's a plant. Like, water that hair. Water that hair. Tip number 4. Let your hair breathe, which is what I'm doing right now. Earlier, I did have on a wig. I put it on because when I woke up in the morning, you know, going through this process, it is hard to stay committed to like your new look. Like, especially when you're like someone like me that's not used to looking like this, you're used to doing your hair all the time. It's hard to stay committed. So I put on a wig, and it's not bad to have on a wig, but also like, find your limits, find a time to also let your hair breathe. Don't wear a wig from the time you wake up till bedtime. Or, I mean, if you have to work, I understand that. Let your hair breathe. Don't be wearing wigs all the time or them scarves all the time. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let it breathe. And that also can mess up the process of how your hair begins to lock. It will start to look more flat or more thin. I want my locks as thick as possible. I feel like they're gonna get really thick because I do have somewhat thick hair and I did my parts big. So yeah, definitely let your hair breathe. You don't wanna keep closing it. That's not healthy. It's just not healthy, so stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Next, avoid tight styles. Them barrel twists, them braids. Ooh, them braids, like the braids overlocks, all that, because I did that and I kept that in for a week and it's not where it's at. It's not where it's at, especially for starter locks. I will say especially for starter locks. But avoid tight styles, and for me, I am trying to avoid styles, period. I'm not gonna say period, but if I put a style in my head, I don't keep it no longer than a week. So if you do like get a style and you know it's tight, keep it for a few days to a week. And you don't want no edges or thin edges with locks. It's not cute for me, like it's just not. Also, it can mess up the way locks begin to lock, especially with the most popular 2-strand twists. Doing those, I used to, with my last lock set, I used to do 2-strand twists literally every time I retwisted. And it helps in the beginning to like help your locks lock faster, but don't keep them in that long. I would do 2-strand twists and keep them in for like 2 weeks. I mean, not 2 weeks, the whole month until it was time for me to retwist again. But that's not good, especially in the beginning. Like, you don't want to keep doing that. You want your locks to be as thick and healthy as possible. And it may seem like in the beginning, you know, it's not looking like that. You're like, oh no, it's not gonna get thin. But you gotta realize over time, it's gonna begin to happen. It's gonna start to look more and more thin. I'm just not with none of that. So yeah, avoid them tight styles. Tip number 6, figure out how you would like to start your locks, whether it's braids, you wanna do the braid method, the coils, or the 2-strand twists. I feel like this is important in the beginning. That is a big, huge decision. Most people don't think it is, but I feel like, well, I'm not gonna say I feel like, I know, because I've started my locks all 3 different ways. The way you start them really depends on how they look and how they'll start to mature, and the thickness and the thinness of them. The braids was the hardest for me to like really stick to. Like when I braided my hair all over, it was cute. It was cute, but when it was time for that retwist, it was still cute. But as the time went on and my hair, like the retwisted hair was way thicker than the braids, it started to look retarded to me, because you know the braids is whatever size or how tight you braid your hair, that's how it's gonna look that whole time. So to me, that just didn't look right. It didn't, I felt like I couldn't just wear my hair out, because it was like this and then like this. And that was not cute for me. That was not cute. So the coils, that's also a nice way to start them. But me personally, I wet my hair so much. I'm not gonna say I washed it, because I didn't wash my hair a lot, but I will wet it. Sometimes I get in the shower and I just put my whole head under the water. Like, I wet my hair so much, and my hair is so soft that I just couldn't commit to that. And when it came to retwist, I didn't want too much of that extra hair that just unraveled by itself, because let's get it straight, when it's time for that first retwist, all that extra hair is not no new growth. Like, it's unraveled hair, it's not new growth. And you have a lot, but you also have a lot of unraveled hair. And I don't appreciate that, because that's like slowing down my process in my eyes. So I started mine with 2-strand twists. I feel like that was the most successful method to me. Now, I did braid my roots about 3-4 times. They do disappear over time, because I wet my hair a lot, but I did do that. They look way more thicker to me. They start to mature way more thicker. It's just easier to maintain in my eyes, and I don't know. I think that's just the best way to start them. But do what's best for you. Tip number 7, do not bleach your hair in the beginning. I've done this. Yeah, I've done this a lot. Maybe I wouldn't say my first lock set, my second lock set, I bleached my hair about 7 times. And I know that sounds crazy, and I'm not exaggerating at all. Like, I really bleached my hair lock. And it did help my hair lock faster, but it also started to make it look really thin. Like, you're bleaching your hair. And I was trying to get to platinum, so, which I did. It was thin, like it was airy. It was really airy. It looked thick, but when you squeezed it, it felt like no hair was inside. Like it starts to eat your hair away. So I would recommend, if you're gonna bleach your hair, definitely do it before you lock your hair. If you wanna do it while your hair is locked, at least wait till that 4 month and up. If you bleach your hair at 4 months, don't bleach your hair again until you like at month 8 or something, like, because that first year of you locking your hair, that starter lock process is crucial. So I would really recommend not to bleach your hair, but if you do, I would say I would recommend high color. You can dye your hair without bleach. All you need is the developer and whichever color you choose, and that's it. That's how I dyed my hair red, and that's how I've been doing it ever since. Like, if I wanted, well, I just put black over this, so it probably wouldn't turn as red as it made to, but if this wasn't black and I wanted my hair like red, it will get you there. It will get you there. Tip number 8, stop comparing your locks to other people's locks. This is your journey. I will say, we all have our lock inspirations, people we look up to. You definitely don't want to compare your hair to others, because if your hair does not end up maturing that way or looking that way during the process, it will discourage you and you will take out your hair. And I've learned that we are all different. Our hair is all different. I feel like someone can have the same hair type and they still are different. Enjoy your process, enjoy your journey. Like, don't lock your hair and expect it to look the way you think or you picture it looking on somebody else. I mean, you might manifest it that way, I don't know, but I wouldn't compare my hair to nobody else. I just wouldn't. But I do have a lot of lock inspirations to keep me motivated and keep me going. But I definitely would not compare. Do not. Tip number 9, moisturize daily. And I did speak about this. It's very important to not have dry locks. I don't care if you just get some water and get it, like when you're washing your face, and do this and do that, or whatever you gotta do to moisturize your hair. Moisturize your hair every day. Every day. The dry locks, you start to see it. First of all, treat your hair like it's a plant, because it is. Moisturizing your hair every day will help with your growth. It will help your hair look healthier. It will help it actually become healthier. It's just better overall. Moisturize every day. Water, oil, that's all I use. I'm sorry about this noise. If y'all hear this noise, someone in my complex, maintenance or somebody, they're doing something. Tip number 10, have a why. Have a why. What's your intentions when it comes to locking your hair? It could be something simple like, oh, I love this look. But make sure you know what your why is. If you do not, like, it will start to discourage you later on during the process. And you'll start to get discouraged, like how you look, and you wouldn't even remember why you even started in the first place. So taking it out is gonna be nothing, because it's gonna be like, I don't even know why I did this in the first place. Do not waste your time. Don't do that. Don't do that. Have a reason why. You want to know why you're doing this. And for me personally, if I want to say what my why is, first of all, I battled with this 7 times, so each time my why was different. I think the first time I ever started, it was literally just because I was trying to save some money, because I would do my hair every week. So I would buy hair every week, and I was like, this is too much. This is too much. And when it got to the point where I got a promotion at my job, I was just like, yeah, I got the money now. So, you know, it's understandable, I feel like, but have a why. My why this time is I am on my spiritual journey. I started my spiritual journey maybe at the age of 21, when I had this huge spiritual awakening, and it was not fun. And every day and every year I've learned something different about myself and about the world and about how I see it. I'm trying to be okay with looking completely natural. And I know I have on makeup today, I just felt like doing that. But, and my skin, I'm trying to get my skin together. In a perfect world, if my skin was clear, I feel like I don't need makeup and I don't want it. And that's how I'm trying to get to as far as my hair too. Like, I don't want to feel like I need something to look good. And I want to feel connected to my hair. I want this process right now, like where the stage I'm in right now, I feel like should look cute. I feel like I should look cute, but I don't. And I'm not gonna say I'm forcing myself, but I'm just trying to discipline myself also to like make me feel okay with just being simple. I wouldn't call it simple, but just being me. How God made me without the enhancement. I'll talk about it a story time when I'm prepared for this, but this is definitely just supposed to be a 10 tips for starter locks. Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe. I can never say this, and if you're returning, you know this. You know I can't say this. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new. And if you're returning, thank you for returning. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.